in the time of fake news. When it came to me, even my first reaction was, is it skewed toward being very political or in that realm or the kind of news that is doing the rounds? Uh, and I was contemplating. So I'll start with a story that's a little different. Uh, I have a meditator friend who I have. We've been friends for around 10 years or more now. And initial part of our friendship, since we were both trying to be uh, honest, truthful, and all those goody goody things, he used to say, "You advertising guys are like this only." And by like this only, he always meant is that you guys are always making stories out of everything, and you never say the truth. And he runs a small IT company. One day, while we were talking about his branding, and I had given them some exercises to do, I took them through the detailed thinking that goes into the making of a brand. And I could see in his eyes his perception of what I used to do changed after that day. Uh, Relatively so. Uh, my question to you comes from that perspective that in a time where posturing has become so important to all of us in our jobs, in our personal lives, uh, on Facebook, on social media, we are always trying to be up to the Jonases who are going off to exotic locations and, oh, I am like this and I have these. I am pro women. I am pro Black Lives Matter, or else I have a certain this. So are we so strongly into image building that we have stopped giving ourselves time to actually search within what we stand for? And where by fake news, now I'm opening the topic to you. Let's start with Sujata, if you can. Uh, the world as it is has become so strongly about imagery. Um where does one find the time or the inclination to go within and search? Do you agree on this line of thought?
Yeah. When you say search, search for what?
For meaning to one's life or the truth of what one really stands for. One small example, if we meet at a party, you ask me, what do you think about this? And I suddenly am so sure about my point of view that I don't even bother listening to somebody else. So there's no new knowledge coming in the sense of, there's only rephrasing of the same concepts in my head.
Mm, yeah. I think what comes to my mind is I think if you're really sure about who you are and you're fine and accepting of the way you are, uh, I think the need to really go around looking at news, whether it's fake or real, or trying to give it any meaning or having it have any kind of relevance or effect in your daily lives doesn't entirely happen is what I personally think. uh, I not entirely be right because this is coming from somebody who's not on any social media.
Hmm.
So that's what it's like. It's like an oxymoron kind of a thing. I'm not on any social media. I mean, excepting LinkedIn, which is of course only for professional reasons. So I feel if you're personally at a place where you're assured or not even assured, if you find the way things are, the way you are, I don't think there is this innate need to go around and try to find for meaning because what do you call meaning? Every day the news is new, so you can't be looking at something new and different every day, right?
Okay. Um, it's very interesting. We will hold on to the LinkedIn part because any social media is good enough because I'm more concerned about the imagery that we build. So Jennifer,
Hmm.
my point is, I don't remember when I read anybody's LinkedIn profile where they talked about their failures. Of late, maybe people are looking for jobs and they are openly saying that I am out of a job, but that is few and far between yet. Out of the 20 profiles that I would look at, I think by chance one or, and that too people who are not very highly placed. So when we brag, or when we put out a show, um, is it really possible to what Sujata said, that one can be not touched by what is happening around us?
No, what I feel is everyone, yes, while you are on social media to have a certain image, I feel if you're striving to keep that image close to the person that you are is what is important. Um, I'm very active across all platforms. I'm very active on Instagram. I'm active on LinkedIn. And yes, I will not put out any negativity about my life. I will not talk about my struggles. I'm not that person. I want to come across as a more positive person. And I don't think that that's wrong. I'm not trying to say that my life is perfect, but I'm trying to say that my life has these good things. And I'm very grateful for that. And I don't see why I shouldn't be allowed to put it out there or judged because I want to put it out there. But having said that, it can't have things which are not really you. When you're just like imitating things that are happening out there to seem that you are cool, that I think is an issue. Like you said, Black Lives Matter. I felt like everyone was like going around putting black screens on their Instagram, but I wanted to ask them, do you really know what it means to stand for them? Have you gone through the struggle that they probably have gone through? And if you don't relate to it, just don't try to be trendy by putting that up. That's not fair. But yeah, if you believe in that and if you want to stand for their rights and support them, why not? I don't see anything wrong with
Okay. I have an interesting point of view on that. Sorry that this is talking about social media, but just because it's a point of interaction for most of us these days. I remember there's this very effervescent kind of creative person who had mentioned he was going for a certain event, and on Facebook, and I called him up and I said, "What is this event about?" He says, "What event are you talking about?" I said, "You mentioned that you're going for this." He says, "Oh, that is not real. I just put it up that I'm going. I'm not going anywhere there." And I was okay. And to me, that was an eye opener of sorts. Oh, there can be two different things also, that you are. And it wasn't even as if he was intending to go. He says, "Oh, those things are just for social media. You don't bother about those." And he's good at digital advertising, and he's quite a champ and a very good fellow. Nothing to hide per se. But I'm just saying that is what, for a couple of days I was shaken up about. Oh, so if I am okay, I'll also. It's beautiful that a new thought came with the same thing. Sometimes it happens that Sujata and I, or Jennifer and I, or any friend that you're in touch with on social media, you are giving them likes or doing certain things. But you pick up the phone and you talk, and they talk about some earth-shaking event that has happened in their lives, and you have no clue about it. So again, coming back to Jennifer, say if you want to continue on the thought because you made that point. Sometimes truth does become a casualty in this time of just being in touch, or being a social person. How can one ensure that something of merit comes out from it?
yeah, I don't think we can compare a one-on-one, heart-to-heart conversation with a social post. However, like presently, I know that is a big deal, but I think there is no substitute to that. Or if I share a personal story with someone, I think mostly it will be a personal conversation. I might not be comfortable uh, just putting it out there on social media and then having people comment on it in a frivolous manner. It's something that I care enough to guard and share only with people who I'm comfortable with. So, but I think it's different for different people, I guess. So, like there are people out there who put out their life stories and and yeah, I guess I don't know, it works for them, but I think it's not for everyone.
Okay. Well, I have a question.